Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel, and thank you all of the new subscribers, especially because we're up over 500 now, which is great. And again, we're determined to be the best Mercedes-Benz channel on the internet. So please keep sharing us with your friends, and please keep subscribing, and please keep sending us your questions. So our video today is for Mohammed, who has two Mercedes equipped with Zenith 3540 carburation. I think that's pretty cool, actually, that you've got two of those cars. He wanted to know where all the specific carburetor adjustments were. So here in my hand, I have a Zenith 3540 INAT from a 1968 280S. And everything is generally about the same on this carburetor as it would be all the way up to 1972. So our first item that we're going to look at is the idle mixture screw, which is right here at the base of the carburetor, and it's a simple slotted screw. Turning the screw in leans the mixture, and out, turning the screw in is going to make your idle speed smoother, and it's going to lean the mixture, and backing it out allows a little bit more air in, thus diluting the fuel mixture and making the engine run. The adjustment though is always somewhere in the middle, but you start by turning the screw all the way in. Now our next adjustment is going to be this little rod right here. This is the throttle control rod. Mercedes wants you to use this rod to set your idle speed. So this is setting idle mixture, and this is setting your engine idle speed. However, there's a third adjustment. There's a screw right here that you can also use to, if you extend the length of this screw, it'll push the manifold, the linkage down a little bit and allow for a higher idle speed. And so I prefer to use the stop screw rather than just playing with these all the time. Now the trick with these guys on any Mercedes equipped with Zenith carburation is that they have to be adjusted while the engine is running so that you get the smoothest idle. So when you're adjusting these guys, they have to be equal as well. But when you're adjusting them, you turn them until you start to see the idle speed pick up just a little bit, and then you back the screw off, because you don't want one stud to be longer than the other. Now, we're still not done yet. This is the vacuum regulator, and the vacuum regulator has a screw that can be adjusted here. Now, what you want this vacuum regulator to do is sustain idle speed with the car in drive. So when the engine is idling in park, when there's no load on it, you want to see a little gap right here of 1 millimeter. As soon as you put the car in drive and vacuum drops, this little foot should extend enough to bump the idle up so that the engine holds a constant idle speed in drive when the engine is under load. This will keep it from stalling. It'll extend further when the AC is on. And the entire principle of this is that when the engine is idling slower, it produces less vacuum. Therefore, there's less momentum to draw this piston in, and the spring pushes the piston out and bumps up the idle speed. Now, let's see here. Where's some other items you should know about? Right here is the accelerator pump lever. This lever should be activated at exactly the same time in both carburetors. This adjustment right here is for the movement of the rotating part of the choke. You don't really need to worry about it that much. And then right here we have, let's see here if I can get this to come undone. Right here we have the choke gap adjustment. And that adjustment is done with this little tiny flathead screw right here. And what you want to do is you want to close this choke gap to about 2 millimeters so that this flap closes and it's only got 2 millimeters of opening right here. That helps the engine draw more fuel-air mixture in for the choke. So the last thing I'm going to tell you about the Zeniths is that you really need to make sure you have good engine vacuum levels. So when you're setting these guys up, use a vacuum gauge and make sure that you have at least 15 inches in drive and about 19, 20 in park. And then that way the engine will work better. And the way to fine-tune your vacuum is by advancing ignition timing. But that's for another video. Anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to us. Please keep sharing us with your friends. Take good care of your Mercedes and keep sending us your questions. Thank you and have a great day.